Hi, everybody, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jesse, and today we have some interesting news from Else Nutrition, but also regarding Oatly and their IPO now in May. So that's going to be our focus for tonight. The news regarding Else Nutrition is actually twofold. First, we found out last week that Else Nutrition is going to be named a top TSX venture company for 2021. And that's excellent news. We're going to talk about why that is. But we're also going to talk about that today we found out that they just launched a branded store on Amazon due to demand surge. So that's the focus on when it comes to Else Nutrition. And before we take a look at the stock chart for Else Nutrition, please, guys, like always, I would truly appreciate an early thumbs up since it does help spread the message. And if you want to keep getting information regarding Else Nutrition and other plant-based stocks and get some investment philosophies on the way, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click that bell button. All right. And when we take a look at the stock chart, ticker symbol BABY, it's around 364 Canadian dollars at the moment. And we can see that the last 5 days or so, it has been going down more and more, started to stabilize a little at the moment. Could be considering the good news. And as we've spoken about many times on this channel, I think this is still related to the whole market being volatile right now, considering that people are worried about the stimulus package and the raising of the interest rates, even though that probably won't happen anytime soon. People are still worried about it. So I know that this news is kind of old now, 6 days old, but I thought it would still be interesting to talk about it a little. That Else Nutrition named a top TSX venture company for 2021. And what does that actually mean? Well, the TSX Venture 50 is made up of the top 10 companies listed on the TSX Venture Exchange in each of 5 major industry sectors: clean technology and life sciences, diversified industries, energy mining, and technology. And in the case for Else Nutrition, they were named top within the diversified industry category, having a headline as impressive growth of the past year, offered strong return to their shareholders, and are actively traded in the market. So what is this actually based on? Well, according to the article, quote, the 2021 Venture 50 winners were selected based on year-over-year performance across 3 equally weighted criteria: market capitalization, growth, share price appreciation, and trading volume for the year ended December 31, 2020. So that's obviously excellent news. And this is what CEO Hamutal Yitzhak had to say about this. Quote, we are thrilled for this recognition in the 2021 TSX Ventures 50 for the value we've been able to provide our shareholders. We're very excited to continue to execute on our growth plans throughout the rest of 2021 with growth engines spanning distribution, product portfolio, and geographies. So what are my personal thoughts on this? Well, my hope is that this should actually put some ease on some nervous shareholders out there, considering that it's been up and down as of late. But we have to remember that this is still quite a new company, especially as a stock company, right? And it just doesn't go up and up and up. Yes, it's been kind of trading sideways now for a while. And that's related to that every great company needs to take a breather at times, right? So, and that goes for this company as well. And also, we really haven't gotten that much information from the company in regards to financials, right? We're still waiting for their Q4 report, and we're waiting for their fiscal year 2020. So I'm betting that a lot of people are waiting to see those results. And when we've gotten those results, hopefully soon, that will actually probably create some kind of momentum with the stock again. So much to be expected. But something that I am more excited about is the recent news that came out today, which is Else launches branded store on Amazon due to demand surge, meaning that they're very popular at the moment. So basically it means that when people are going into Amazon to shop for Else or they get into the Else page there, they have their own home page in Amazon, which actually gives them more of a graphic and improved experience, right? Which I personally believe would probably lead to that they'll be that more convinced that this is a product they should buy, right? And this is what Hamuta had to say about this. Quote, this takes us to the next level on Amazon. We've already been seeing great response on the platform, and this combination of enhanced customer experience and access to greater ad tools enables us to scale much faster. We'll continue to build our brand and boost visibility on Amazon. And as we know, the company has already been quite popular on Amazon when it started selling there now in autumn. As it says here, that they were at the first place bestseller on Amazon in the new releases for the baby toddler formula category in fall 2020. And that was the 2-pack format, which was recently released, has already become the top seller in Amazon's new releases in the baby powder formula category. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like. So this is Amazon, right? And this is their own specific page on Amazon. And I actually do think it looks quite professional. It's pleasing. It's without needing to go into their page. And here you also have the video that they usually share. And if you want more information, why else? You just click in here, right? Another one, another video giving more information and more focus. If that's what the customer feels that they need. And that actually does give a more professional sense, right? So guys, let me know down in the comments. What's your sensation, your overall feeling when you see this page? Wouldn't you be more interested to actually buy this? So again, what is my opinions about this? My thoughts on this? I think it was quite clear, but that the Amazon news is something that I am more excited about, considering that customers will be more inclined to buy their products when they get the information in a pleasing and graphical manner. Sure, I feel that people should be able to just visit their homepage, right? It's not like it takes a lot of effort to do that on your own. But as we know with most people and marketing in today's society, every company has to compete with every potential customer's attention span, right? And we know that the span is shorter and shorter. So if everything is tailored to the customer's needs and the overall experience that they are after, I do believe that there is a stronger potential that they will buy Else's products. So guys, that was it for Else Nutrition. This takes us to the next part of it, which is Oatly, right? And we've been waiting for this for a long time now. A lot of us have been waiting for the Oatly IPO to happen, and it seems that it's finally going to happen, right? We've been talking about it twice on this channel already. And first, we were expecting them to maybe have a valuation of $2 billion at the IPO. Then we found out like a month ago or something, that they could have an IPO of a valuation of $10 billion. And now, finally, it seems like they're actually going to get a $5 billion valuation. And that's pretty steep anyhow. And we're going to talk more about that later. So, and the ones who don't know about Oatly that much, is actually a Swedish company that's existed for quite many years now. And they're doing really well, and they're really famous in Sweden. And actually, my understanding is that they're pretty famous in the US as well. And internationally, they're selling towards 20 countries or so. And their products, basically what they have some traditional, somewhat similar products as milk, right? The oat drinks here. They have chocolate drinks as well. They have the chilled versions that are a little more high quality. Then you have the on the go, so I guess some kind of energy drinks there. And they have the oat gurts, the natural, the vanilla, the strawberry, raspberry, and so on. And then they have the cooking versions that are the creamy oats. And you have the whippable for your desserts, right? And then you have the vanilla custard, the Turkish yogurt version. You have the cream cheeses. And then they have ice cream. So basically, they have it all to some extent. I'm just expecting them to come with some cheese versions now. Makes sense, right? Think about goat cheese. Well, what about oat cheese? That's the new thing. And if you didn't know it already, they're actually already backed by Oprah Winfrey, Natalie Portman, and Jay-Z. That's put in investment of $200 million. And as we stated in the beginning, it seems like they're going to IPO now in May. Quote, the company, which sells its Oatly brand of products in more than 20 countries across Europe and Asia, could be valued at more than $5 billion and has hired Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, and Credit Suisse as underwriters on the offering, source told Reuters. And some recent news that came out, I think it was yesterday, is that they're actually going to start collaborating with Starbucks in the US. Starbucks joins the oat milk revolution, adding Oatly to its menus nationwide. And this is excellent news. It's only too bad that they haven't IPO'd already, right? Considering that this kind of news would probably get it to fly up pretty well. Let's take a look at the video.
Switching gears here, today Starbucks announced its plans to add Oatly oat milk to its menu nationwide. This is going to be the fourth dairy alternative on the Coffee Giant's permanent menu, and our Brooke DePalma has all those details for us. Brooke?
Alexis, beginning tomorrow, consumers can head to Starbucks and get Oatly oat milk in their coffee, in their espressos, in any drink that they'd like. Now, of course, this is alongside Starbucks' debut of their 2021 spring menu items. So with that oat milk launch, there will also be the iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso and a honey oat milk latte. Now, year over year, oat milk category has risen more than 170%, and consumers look for more healthy alternatives. Now, this was first announced by Starbucks back in December at their biennial investor day. Not that they'd partner with Oatly, but that oat milk would be on their menus beginning in the spring. Roz Brewer, COO of Starbucks at the time, said that customers are really redefining health and wellness. Of course, the competition in oat milk among Starbucks giants is beginning to brew, as you can sort of say. Dunkin' earlier last year in August debuted oat milk on their menu with Planet Oat. Now, that is a competitor to Oatly, but Oatly being the winner here, Starbucks will debut it here in the U.S. Over 15,000 stores, that is, of Starbucks, according to Q1 results.
And I know that Starbucks has really made a commitment to adding some other plant-based items to the menu, and they're not all beverages, right?
That's right, Alexis. They're not all beverages. CEO Kevin Johnson saying in Q1 results that consumers are really shifting to more healthier alternatives in both food and beverage. So over the course of these past few spring, winter menus, we're beginning to see more food options. Now, for the spring in particular, they're going to do chickpea bites and avocado protein box. You could see it right there, alongside a new role, or you could say among its iced teas. There will no longer be sweetener in the iced teas among immediate order. You'll have to ask for sweetener. So really sort of identifying and changing up their menu based upon consumers' needs and wants.
That chickpea thing looks pretty good. I'm going to have to try that. All right. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Brooke.
So, like we saw, that's really exciting news. And as I said, a lot of us, been expecting this to happen for quite some time, and it's happening now in May. And I'm excited to see what happens. I think this is one of the most anticipated IPOs of this year, not only in the plant-based sector, and that's considering what happened to Beyond Meat when they IPO'd almost 2 years ago, right? It went up from $64 at the IPO to, I think, about $240 in like 5 or 6 weeks. Yes, it went down again eventually, but that's still impressive gains, right? And considering that Oatly is, I would say, the equivalent of Beyond Meat, but in the plant-based dairy sector instead of the plant-based meat sector. So it is a lot to look forward to there. Though I want to warn you, if you go in directly when they IPO, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, but I've had some bad experience here. Yes, if it was the Beyond Meat case, it would have been an amazing choice, right? And it's the same thing with the Very Good Food Company. It went up pretty quick there, right? But another example would be Laird, which is a vegan company as well. It's a plant-based company, and they IPO'd, I think, about a half a year ago, and I was actually looking at them at that moment. I invested a little at that time, and they sell creamers and like superfoods, powders, and things like that. And what happened is that they were supposed to IPO around $20, but eventually there was so much pre-interest that they actually IPO'd at over $40, I think. And the reason for that is that, if you didn't know it, people who have a lot of money and famous investors or institutions, they're allowed to actually pre-invest before it opens up, right? So if it opens up at $40, which it did, there are other companies and institutions and rich people who could go in there at prices like $20, which happened, right? So it shot it up, to $40, and it's been going up and down from that price. I think it's around $39 now, a half year ago. That would have been amazing if it actually opened up at $20, but it didn't. And then other example, more extreme example, would be Snowflake, which is an iCloud-based company that a lot of people were really cloud-based company, which a lot of people were expecting a lot from, and they were really excited about it. I was also excited about it. And one of the reasons was there was a lot of famous people and famous investors that talked really positive about that. And even Warren Buffett and his company invested in them very heavily, which actually meant that they were supposed to IPO around, I think from the start, like 60 or 70 or $80. Then just a couple of days before, it was like, okay, now it's going to be around $100, then $110. Then finally they said $120. And I thought, whoa, that is pretty steep, but okay. It's everything I read about it so far and heard about it. It seems, to be the future. It's going to be really effective. So I thought I might do it, right? So I took my order in just before the market open. And what happened? I mean, it didn't open at $120, not $130, not $150. It opened up at $240. And I'm happy that it didn't go through then, right? Because I was like, what is going on? And that the reason for that was that people, like powerful people, could go in and invest before at lower prices. So us ordinary retail investors got, the deal of $240. And I'm really happy I didn't invest at that time, because I think it's down there again now. Eventually, I think before Christmas, where they had a share dilution or something like that, it went up to $388. It's down to around, I think, $240 to $250 something at this moment. And that's what happens when there are some people who have these privileges to go in before. I don't think it's fair at all. But that's why we have SPAC deals now, so people can go in earlier. And this is something I'm going to talk more about later. One of my favorite investors, Shamat Palihapitiya, he has some things to say about this. But this is just telling you to warn you, maybe think about that before you invest. If you should wait, do it directly at the IPO, or if you should wait maybe a couple months to see what happens. We'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. But guys, I truly hope you got some value in today's video. And if you did, please, as always, smash that like button. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding Oatly and Else Nutrition and also other plant-based stocks, make sure to subscribe. And as always, don't forget to smash that bell button as well. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And as always, people, this was not financial advice. These were just my own thoughts and opinions. It's important to always do your own due diligence and invest safe, right? Hope to see you soon. Peace out.